All right, guys, today is Tuesday, September the 10th. And I waited right in there on a little chair all day yesterday for a package. I knew it was coming, but I knew it had 13 stops ahead of it. So anyhow, I literally sit there all day because it had curbs drop off, and I didn't want this dropped off at the curb. Let me show you why. Our Rep Fitness box came in yesterday, and yes, it's empty. It's kind of a good news, bad news. It came in about 5 o'clock or 5:30 actually. And I was going to have him bring it around to my shop, but then I have to carry it through the shop, through two doors. It's kind of a big pain. So when he got here, I just had him bring it right down here for a little tip and drop it off here. This thing was, I'll show you the packing slip. It was like 1,600 pounds. I would have been able to carry it all by myself. I was really surprised. There was 2 pieces in here that were probably going to be pushing the limits of carrying it by yourself, but I could have done it. But luckily my wife and son was here, so we all came out here and unloaded it probably in about 15 minutes. The boxes of weights were kind of a pain. I think they're at least 50 pounds a box, so it's like can't carry but one, but there was a whole bunch of them. I'll show you what I'm talking about when we get inside. Well, just when you get your gym all clean and everything looks good, this happens. These are the 2 parts that I was talking about that would have been hell to carry by yourself. Could have been done, but it would have been a lot of extra work. I haven't started opening the boxes yet. About lunchtime, I'm going to start putting this together, and we'll kind of clock it and see how long it takes. These are the little weights I'm telling you. Those were heavy, man. They're just hard to grab a hold of. And I have no clue what all this other stuff is. I did get the Arcadia Max FT-5500. I'm hoping it's going to fit right in this area over here. But I'm really not sure. I did look at the first page, and you mount the towers and the rack in the back. So I think then I'll be able to at least slide it around and see before we start getting it real heavy. I think I can kind of catty corner it there, which is kind of what I'd like, because I'd like to be able to roll a bench and use a bench and with it too. If not, I know I can put it here, moving this, moving my Titan lat pull down, probably putting it over here, and then having it sit back here, facing this way. That way I can still use the bench when I want to with it. This is definitely not my last piece of machinery I'm going to buy for here. To me, it's one of the most important ones. There's so many exercises I couldn't do without it. And it makes life just so much more easy. It is after I get it all put together. So I'll get back with y'all about lunchtime and we'll see what happens. Been over there working on the eBay this morning. Ugh, that's a lot of boxes. I think first I'll open them up over here and just so I can see what I've got. And this manual is pretty thick. I don't know if you can tell. But I think we'll make it. I've heard everything from 6 hours to 8 hours to put it together, but that's generally with 2 people, so I don't know. As usual, I'm the lonely guy, so I'll be here by myself battling this stuff, but we'll get it done. Get back with you. All right, guys, I started back about 1 o'clock. It's now 1:20, and it took me about 20 minutes to unbox everything. Well, at least open all the boxes. Whatever this is, that's heavy. Pretty much everything here is heavy. the pegboard. I left it up front because I know it goes on first. Box of bolts. These are the weights. I only opened one box. I know what they are. Your pulleys and handles and all kinds of good stuff. I tried to move everything out of the way so I'd have plenty of room to work. Of course, if I end up putting machine over there, then I've screwed myself because I'm going to have to move everything again. But hopefully it's going to fit right over here. And speaking of that, I'm going to go ahead and start clearing all this junk out. I'm going to get it out of the way so I got room to work, because these things are heavy. Man, they're heavy. So let me get this moved and I'll get back to you. All right, guys, done. 1 hour, I think I'm around 31 minutes now total. Now's the hard part, because I got to figure out how I'm going to pick this up. And of course, when we brought them in here, we brought them in just the opposite way they need to be. Some more will work for me. I can do it. I even put my weight belt on. That's sad when you gotta have a weight belt just to put equipment together. But all right, I'll show you when this is the scary part, because I'm hoping it fits. I'll show y'all in just a second. All right, guys, that's what 2 hours gets you. It takes about 2 hours and 5 minutes. I truly believe we could have done this in about an hour if I'd have had help. I was trying to hold these up and get the screws started, and the bolts, I should say. And then there was a ton of bolting. Oh my God. It took forever. And I was using a ratchet and a wrench. That was the hardest part, was actually just tightening all the bolts. So far, everything's fit really good. There's not going to be any issue with the size of it. I'm not sure now if I don't want to just go flat against the wall with it. Over the window. Not sure which way I'm going to go, and the problem is you're not going to go much farther before you're going to have to decide where it's going to sit, because it's going to be heavy. So I'm not sure yet, but I'm sure you'll see very soon. All right, guys. Nearly 2 hours into the build now. I had to use some of my engineering abilities. The project was almost over for the night. Trying to hang this chin-up bar. That's solid steel, man. It's heavy. Wow. So yeah, I had to loop a belt around here and use a yoga block to get this end up high enough that I could. And when I say just have these two bolts started, they are just one thread. So now I'm hoping they'll hold enough that I can move this and get this up there. This may be the end of it today anyhow. Dude, I'm getting tired. This is heavy. I wish I knew what that weighed. It's up there, man. It's heavy. Let me see if I can get it without it all collapsing down on me. Did I mention this is a two-man job? Oh yeah, it is. Let's see what happens when I try to move all this stuff. I'm about to wrap it up for tonight. There's nobody home, and I really want to show the different places I could place this. I can still move it right now, but the next step is to start adding the weights. So I'm not sure if I want it against that wall over there, or caddy cornered, or just like it is. I don't know. All would work. Maybe I can get some suggestions on it. Pretty much done, except for the weights and rerouting all the cables and all that kind of fun stuff. Everything seems to work fine. The one thing I'll say is every hole lined up, which is shocking to me, because most of the time, you know, especially when you got stuff like this where you got two coming one way and two coming the other way, they usually never line up. But this has been very good at lining every single hole. Thank God when I put the chin-up bar on, it lined right up, because I would have died without it. I even broke my ladder, it was so heavy. This thing started giving, and I was like, oh no. But I couldn't let go. I'll be back in the morning and try to finish this thing up. So I'll talk to you guys then. All right, guys, it's Wednesday, September 11th. And hopefully we're going to finish this up today. My wife's off school today. They closed for the hurricane. Ooh, we're so scared. And so she's here, so I know I will not be working straight through. There'll be many interruptions. Well, let me see what we can get going. She did help me figure out. Sorry, my batteries died again. She did help me decide that we want to put this machine caddy corner. Kind of hated putting it on the side too. It's a really cool looking machine. And I think here we can get to everything. So I think this is going to work out. All right, let me get started. All right, guys, I got into the tedious parts now. So I decided to stop and unwrap everything. This is what we're left with, besides a few bigger pieces over there. Everything you see here came individually wrapped. Note the bubble wrap. I mean, even these are the pegs for the pegboard. Every one of them was individually wrapped. That's pretty impressive. But it makes it tough to find something. I think I got everything unwrapped now besides the weights, so let's get back to it. Well, guys, I just thought I was done unboxing. That was pure hell. Very proud of the company though. Every plate was individually wrapped. There's 25 per side. And I did some premature customization. I was sure they left some out, but they did not. It was everything exactly like it was supposed to be. These things are heavy, man. And they're like slippery. They are hard to stack. But I had to put them together so I wouldn't end up putting too many on one side. All right, let me get back to it. Just wanted to check in. It's been a while. And that took forever, and that was hard. I thought unboxing these little monsters was a pain. I gotta give credit where credit's due. They again built it where the rods will hang in there even if you're by yourself. My wife conveniently went to the store during this part. After you get 2 or 3 on, they slide on pretty easy, but basically pick one up, shoulder press it, and then slide it on. Pick one up, shoulder press it. I'm sweating. It's hard. But that was done. Let's go on to the next steps and see what happens. All right, guys, it's almost done. Everything's pretty much finished. The wife's just putting on the stickers. Too tired to do that. We'll see if they're crooked when she gets through. We will inspect. Yeah, the weight stacks are heavy. I tried a few chest press and I was surprised at how heavy it was. Now I'm gonna get busy cleaning all this junk out of here so I can start back to working out tomorrow. Oh, this is gonna take forever. I'll show you a little more about the machine in the morning. I gotta get this cleaned up so we can work out. All right, guys, today is Monday, September the 16th. My functional trainer is complete. I've had a couple of workouts on it and it has been unbelievable. I'm really enjoying it. My wife got all the stickers on, they look great. She even hung up the handles on here that we have. In case you're wondering about the little wooden box underneath, my wife's kind of short, so when she reaches up for the chin-up bar, she can't reach it. It's an old step we used to have, so I'm going to stick it right there for right now, unless it gets in the way. Still got the ladder in here. I'm going to try to take it out today. I've got to re-drill and re-tap where I broke it the other day. Trying to hang that monster chin-up bar. But guys, this video has been way too long. So I'm going to give a full review on this. It's going to be a positive one unless something happens in the next little while. I'm going to close this out now because this video has gotten way too long. All right, see y'all next time.